mask, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mask, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
I woke up, then I logged in to that Urban X where they be flexing with that blog in. Put it down, cause my little homie called in. Had to bail him out, he in trouble with the law again. Black skin can't win in the white world. Seen a brother kill his own kid for that white girl. We ain't wanna go to school, but we had to. Every February it was scary in them classrooms. Shimmy y'all, shimmy yay. Old dirty bastards can't own dirty slaves, so they own dirty masters. Black Dot found a pot as a youngin', broke it down for his son, and now he serve it to the masses.
Black mask, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mask, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
Urban excellence, a product of my residence. From 40 to 44, Obama was the president. I told mama I ain't trying to go to church. I'm like Adam, every Adam is a product of the dirt. And I've been reaping what he sowed. I got the product, got the dirt. And I can teach you what I know, but then you gotta put in work. You in trouble if you waiting on the government. I told my bro I make it out the hood, and that's a covenant.
What's good? What's good? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban X podcast. We are back in the building.
We are back in the building. It seems like we just left you guys.
Yeah.
But we are back in the building.
Thanks.
Ready to do what it do. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
So shout out to the people who are in the chat already. We appreciate you guys for joining on time.
On time, even though we are never on time.
Our unofficial time is 9:30.
I listen, unofficial, we need to start preparing like we're a real media company, right? When you was watching Bill Cosby or your favorite cartoons, it didn't come on at 8:30-ish. It came on time.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And I'm always speaking in our meetings about the happening. Being prepared.
Right.
Being professional.
Right.
Being on time.
Okay.
All right? And heads are going to roll. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Heads are going to roll. All right? Because 9 o'clock is what it is. From now on, I put my foot down. We'll see y'all at 9:30.
Exactly. Just letting them talk.
9:40. Sometimes you got to just get that off. Yeah. You know. So what's good?
Man, it's a lot happening.
How is fatherhood?
Everything's good, man.
I always got to check up on you.
Everything's all good.
All right.
Chilling, you know.
Little man's growing faster and faster every day. Yes?
Yeah, he is eating up a lot.
I heard he don't like to get his hair washed.
He don't like to get changed either.
Oh, he like a duty diaper.
I don't know. I don't understand it.
That could be a problem.
Yeah.
Like you, No, I'm good. I like warm poop. Warm poop makes me feel good inside. Yeah.
Like we'll calm him down for a little bit, then they just we got to change him. He's about to lose.
He about to loosen. All right. Well, he'll find his little niche.
Yeah.
Whatever that stuff is.
Yeah.
You heard? Side note, I've been jamming to this song by Jack Harlow. Oh, this is a hate rock. Every time it come on in the car, bing, 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 bing. Me and wifey, we get on our hood. We be coming down to FDR like, yo, turn that up. And then they got a remix with the Baby and Tory Lanez and Lil Wayne on it. And then today you told me that Jack Harlow was white.
Yeah.
So that's the wackest song I ever heard. Shit is whack. I wouldn't listen to it if I was you. Once I found out he was...
I thought you knew.
White? No.
Yeah, I thought you knew,
Because I don't watch video.
Yeah.
I just only hear it in the car.
Yeah, okay.
And it come on and it just be bouncy.
Okay.
The track is crazy. It's goofy mumble rap stuff, So I don't want y'all to think I'm talking like real bars, but it just got a little twist to it.
Yeah.
Then I heard the remix and the Baby and Tory Lanez, they was going in and the bing, 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 bing. And I was like, this right here.
Yeah, the beat actually, the beat grabs you.
And then Malcolm was like, this is who he is. and he showed them to me. So now that is the wackest song of the year. Don't listen to Jack Harlow's song. I think it's called "Pop It, Got It."
What's popping? It's called
What's popping? Whatever. Don't do it.
Okay.
All right. So with that being said, let's get this thing rocking.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So we've been talking, in anticipation about who Joe Biden would pick for his VP. We didn't care either way. I didn't care either way.
I didn't care.
He didn't care either way. But we knew it would set off a media firestorm, and it did. He wound up picking Kamala Harris. Like everybody knew he would.
Her name is not Kamala Harris.
What is it?
If she was black, her name would be Kamala Harris. Her name is Kamala Harris. Continue. You got to do these things right.
Okay.
You know, Kamala. That's the sister. Wait, y'all seen Kamala? No, she down at the store. Kamala. We don't. Okay. Who?
Kamala.
We don't know Kamala. Yeah.
Kamala. Okay, so Kamala Harris. So he picked her, and just like I anticipated, a lot of people who were against her not 6 months ago, all of a sudden they're caping for her.
Yeah.
They got some tweets from Sean King who said he doesn't support Joe Biden or Kamala Harris.
And now he did the switcheroo.
He did the immediate.
Yeah.
That's 180, right?
Yes. 180.
180.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's bad. It's just hypocrisy on all sides. It's really entertaining to watch. Like I said, don't get involved in it. It's easy to just sit back and watch what's happening. Trump is having a field day.
Oh, he's gonna. And remember, before he picked Kamala.
No, first of all, Trump had some videos in the tuck already.
Right. He told. I saw him at one of them press conferences. Kamala would be a great, running mate for Biden, and he was baiting that on, like bring that on, because he had some cannon fire.
He's putting out videos, and then all he's doing, which is, I think, the best part of this, all he's doing is just playing audio from both of them, not edited audio, just playing audio from both of them.
Yes,
and showing you the hypocrisy in this whole situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't care either way, but in my opinion, if you use this as a victory for black people, as a victory for democracy, as a victory, as you see, like this is what we needed to get Trump out of office, you're a goofy.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
you're a goofy.
You're a goofy. Also, what I expected from this as well is the diaspora war that's happening right now.
Okay, that's a fancy word.
Yeah, I does this, man.
All right.
But yeah, on what's considered black. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't see Kamala Harris as a black woman. Some people do. Some people are saying like you can't take blackness out of you. It's a mess right now. It's a mess. Yes. And I know all the ADOS people, FBA people are foaming at the mouth.
They're foaming at the mouth with this one.
Yeah, at this. So I just, again,
because she's not even half FBA, or half ADOS.
And then again, she's gonna use that, as her, way into community, because she throws it on and off. Because I remember a video of her getting praised by the Indian community because she's the first Indian.
And right now, the Indian American or Indian community is up in arms. They're pushing for her. Shout out Free World Boss. For making a donation as always. And Freddie P, appreciate you guys.
Yeah, so that's happening right now. The Greek fraternity sororities, because she's an AKA from Howard, and they going hard, and she went to HBCU. So it's a mess between all of it, and I think it's interesting to just sit back and watch.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Again, like I said, if you are thinking that this will change anything, you're goofy, and that's just how I feel about it.
Okay,
I'm not gonna.
That's gonna bring you some heat.
Bring it. I wish
you talking smack.
I wish
they gonna come at you.
Listen. Please, if you can make a case as to why we should care about this. A real valid case, without you getting in your emotions, without you deflecting about all black women in America. We're not talking about all black women in America. We're talking about Kamala.
Facts.
And that's how you know what I'm saying. They get emotional.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Those are all valid points, and it's amazing how mind control works in real time.
Oh yeah.
Just 6 months ago, she was going at Biden.
First of all, people forget, like, she said that she believed that the woman.
She believed the women who were accusing him of sexual assault. She said that out her own mouth. The first question I want to ask her is, do you still believe that? And what we're learning is that this politics is one huge game.
Nasty, too.
But it's a game on both sides, because me and you could go at it to the death and unveil each dirty laundry, and then when you pick me as a candidate, I go, all right, forget all that I said. Now let's get in front of the people and put on a unified front, because at the end of the day, we have to get rid of Donald Trump. So instead of getting shot, we're gonna get stabbed. But so what?
There was a poll that came out that said 58% of Americans are only voting for Biden because he's not Trump. Very scary people to talk to.
No, the whole
very
process,
scary people to talk to.
But let's uncover some things. I'm not a politician, but I do know that the left wing and the right wing are both of the same bird, right? So this Republican Democrat thing, which you think are opposing each other, are not. The only outlier in this entire equation is Donald Trump. Now, what do I mean by that? He's the only one who's not a politician. He's the only one who has disrupted all the things that you see that you think are against you, and in the grand scheme of things, maybe for you. Now, if you run put on your CEO hat, so you run a company. If you're trying to clean up the company, you don't hire somebody within the company to clean up the mess that they created. That wouldn't make any sense in the world. You bring an outsider in. And that's how you know. If you've ever worked in corporate America, when you see them strange people walking through the door and they watching everything, you know they're there for one reason and one reason only. They're not friends with nobody here. They ain't got no connections with nobody here. They're here to cut that staff by 32% to save this company X $1 billion. So they're sitting there watching you like, do we need Wayne? I mean, what? They'll ask other people, what does Wayne do? Do you like Wayne? Okay, scratch Wayne. Wayne is gone. Bring him in the office. It's very impersonal. We're firing you. We'll let you go. Here's your package, and bye. So the only outlier in this entire equation is Donald Trump. Year after year after year after year, it's politician after politician after politician gets in that position. Prior to them getting in that position, they have a history of dirty things they've done for years. And then they get on this platform and tell you they have changed. I've seen a picture of Joe Biden from 1974. Saying wicked stuff about black people. And all of the stuff he's done. We know about the crime bill, which she carried out. She broke a record for incarcerating more black people for weed or some other things.
And then she also refused to reopen cases that she knew. She waited until these two guys were killed, or before she released stuff. So her record, please, let's not get into her record. It's terrible. And I already have people saying, but we got to get rid of Trump. So somehow Trump has become the piece of the sandwich in the middle. Remember, problem, reaction, solution. So Trump has become the problem. Your reaction, we have to get rid of Trump at all costs. He's the worst president ever. And the solution, by default, becomes Biden and his new running partner, Kamala Harris. So all of this stuff is playing out in real time, and it amazes me that we still continue to fall for the same thing when none of these presidents or vice presidents have ever done anything for us. And don't forget, Biden was the vice president for 8 years. Let's not forget that. So when we mix all of this in with Kamala Harris, her mother's an Indian. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
A Hindu, I believe. Her father is Jamaican.
Yes.
On her birth certificate, it says that the mother is Caucasian and the father is Jamaican. It says black nowhere on the birth certificate.
Okay.
We do know she was born in San Francisco. We do know she had that affair with Willie Brown. I believe is the governor of San Francisco for years, and that's how she propelled herself. And she does a lot of greasy stuff in her day, but what politician hasn't?
Fact.
So we understand this. So I'm just being fair. All these politicians are dirty. So for those who are going to vote for her, and that's your choice, I'm not here to argue any of your politics. That's going to be what people lean on. That all of these politicians are dirty. So let's just vote for her dirt, and to get Trump's dirt out of the White House.
So I saw something interesting. Ava DuVernay, who directed a lot of these black films. She directed 13. She directed When They See Us. She directed. Then she did Selma, right? If I'm correct. And did she do Selma?
She did.
Right. She put up a long post basically saying, it's no time for the infighting and stuff. We need, so many people have, really lost their lives due to this virus and how it's handled. We need to get Trump out because that's, what's at stake here. And I just wanted, just bare bone argument, right? November, soon as Biden gets out, if Biden wins, soon as he gets in office, are people going to stop dying if this virus is what they say it is?
No, because it's too late, because Trump didn't do his job. So a virus that could be spread in the air anywhere. What people are saying is this, Malcolm, and I don't think you understanding this point.
Let me know.
They're saying that this paper mask is what stopped the virus. So because Donald Trump dragged his feet for 3 extra weeks, even though in January he mentioned that something was coming from China, but that's beside the point. For 3 extra weeks, you didn't have your mask on, Malcolm. So the virus got into the lungs of extra people and they died. Whereas if Biden was in office, he would have said, put your mask on right away, and then there wouldn't have been so many cases. Forget the fact that thousands of people were out protesting in the street,
right.
In bunches, people in jail in bunches, people in the hospital in bunches, people in bunches, and they didn't die.
Yeah.
But that's beside the point, because you didn't wear that mask for 3 weeks, and now it is Trump's fault that a biological weapon was released into the public, and he did nothing. This is the most bizarre, deadliest virus I've ever seen.
Yeah, it thinks
This
it's
has its own mind.
Wait, I don't like black people, so we're gonna wipe out black people in disproportionate numbers in poor neighborhoods.
But we're not gonna mess with kids.
No, but when black people are protesting for George Floyd and things like that, we're not gonna.
Because we right on to the people, power to the people.
Right.
And it's so powerful that I don't see nobody dying. Like, you would think the way they're talking that people would just be dropping dead in the street. Like, I
got a quote from Bill Gates, the one who's pushing these vaccines.
Okay, let's hear it.
He says, this is after a whole interview. He goes, so do you think we're going to be okay? He goes, yeah, certainly. We're lucky this one wasn't a more fatal disease. He said that.
Wait a minute. Aren't we in a pandemic?
We had to lock down.
We had to lock down the entire
on Bloomberg.com
world. So what's more fatal than pandemic, which the world had to stop? Sports, businesses, companies, schools, everything had to stop. I swear, the way they're talking, I swear I would just see people in the street
dropping, right?
Like, oh man, he dropped. Oh shit. Oh, did you know the neighbor? Yeah, he was in the elevator. He just dropped. I don't see any of it. I see people getting on with their lives. That's just me. And I'm not here to argue your politics, your religious beliefs, or your coronavirus beliefs. I'm just simply saying this is all tied into Kamala Harris and Biden, and they're here to clean up. And I guess, because remember, we're still in the Jason months. November is the end. July, August, September, October, November. But November is either Trump is in or he's out.
Right.
And at the end of that, that's also the flu season. So what happens in when Biden and Kamala win, they have a chance, and they win, does the vaccine roll out right there? Like, we got the vaccine ready, and now
we were holding it till I won.
Yeah, you Negroes can line up and get the shot. Or if Trump wins, do they release phase 2 of this shit, and now we in for more craziness. I mean, I'm just asking. So this Kamala Harris thing wasn't a surprise. And then there are people who are saying that he could die because he's a little on the edge.
Oh yeah, he's seen that.
And then she could be in position, but I don't see how that benefits those who are racist. Those who are racist are going, wait a minute now. You mean to tell me if Biden
that's because people just have a thing where they think white Republican, black Democrat. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They just think all black people are Democrats. No, there are some vile people that are Democrats.
Yes.
Jeffrey Epstein was a big Democrat donor. People don't realize that. I mean, like they just fail to realize that. So,
Sheikh Davis said, Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, the wheels on the industry were stopping. When they start up again, they in the Moors' favor. Let's clap that up. The Prophet. Drop that. Let's see if when this thing crack. And that's another thing, because last week I was talking about where are we? Like, are we exactly where they want us to be? Have they funneled us to where they want us to be? At the same time, our ancestors are also at work. You know what I mean? So there's a divine, intervention in all of this stuff. So we could be exactly where Noble Drew Ali said we would be. You know what I'm saying? At the same time. So I'm not saying that in despair that we should give up. But I'm just saying most of these people are doing zero thinking. Everything for them is going to... Listen, watch the celebrations when Biden wins. It's like, man, you would think that we were having great presidents prior to this, and Trump was the only president who brought pain and suffering against black people, and now this white man who has clearly stated he hates black people, who drafted up the goddamn 94 crime bill
that we still separate from.
And I saw him in Congress say, these crime is crime, and I don't want my daughter having to deal with basically these jungle bunnies. I'm paraphrasing, but he said some real vile stuff.
Yeah.
And Kamala Harris, when they asked about reparations, she was like, whoa, slow down. I'm not trying to just do things for black people.
Yeah.
Like, this thing is,
I was having a conversation with Avery, as a matter of fact, and then she was talking about, because we were talking about the ADOS thing and FBA thing, and then I said, I'm not gonna lie, when that conversation first started to happen, I was real indifferent about it. I really didn't know, until when people started pointing out these black people who weren't really for black people, and then he's famous from Nigeria, he's not really from here.
Yeah.
Well, his family's from Jamaica, and then it just all started to happen like that, and like it seemed like a coincidence, but at a certain point you have to look at it. You have to go, wait, something. Yeah. And I'm not the one that tries to divide,
but you got to call a spade a spade.
Yeah, sometimes you got to go.
So Obama, right, not on African American soil.
Yeah,
his dad is Nigerian, right? His mother is white, so he wasn't born in the trenches here. The list can go on and on. Kamala Harris, same thing. Indian and Jamaican, not on American soil, doesn't mean she didn't go through her American experiences, but
she pulls the card when it's very beneficial.
When she's on the Breakfast Club. Speaking of Kamala,
she needs Charlamagne the God's
approval. Kamala Harris died, the wrestler.
His name was not Harris. Kamala Harris. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He passed, and she emerges on, as somebody in the chat just said. So we understand that can be ritualistic. Not saying it was connected, but you never really know how these things go. So I did tell you this story about Condoleezza Rice, right? With Azariah, who told me all of these male porn stars used to come by his table and buy his tapes. All the lectures we used to do. And he said they had a special job, right? And they all had to gangbang this lady.
Allegedly. Are you trying to get sued?
Allegedly, right?
Jeez.
So no, it's an amazing story.
Yeah, okay. I think you did tell me that.
And they was banging her out raw. She was taking it all raw.
Allegedly.
I said that once.
Now, you gotta say that again, because you.
And come to find out, it was Condoleezza Rice, and she was going overseas for some kind of mission she had to pull off. And for some reason, she needed all of the, sperm is energy.
Yeah.
She needed to be either have it for protection or create some kind of atomic situations. Or yeah. Azariah told me that story.
Oh my gosh.
Years ago. He didn't allegedly tell me the story, but I say alleged with everything else.
Yes.
Just throwing it out there.
Protect the platform.
Just protect the platform.
Protect the platform.
Protect the platform. Yes. Somebody said to you, I'm so cannot wait to not vote this year.
Facts.
Word.
That's how I'm feeling.
Facts. So, in a nutshell, for those who feel that this is the best we can do, either you're gonna shoot me or how you gonna do it with grease or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, basically. That's,
you want it raw dog or you want it with
I'm
a
telling you,
rubber?
those people who are just on some, we need to get them out of here because this is foolishness.
So be careful what you wish for, right? So the problem is,
you know what's gonna happen to them?
Yeah.
If they do lose, black men are gonna get blamed for it
because we didn't go out and support black women.
Yep.
And it once again, it's going to divide us down the middle, where black women are saying this is our girl, and black men, any black man that goes against Kamala right now, he better be careful. So we're not going against her. If that's your vote, go for it. But remember, choice is an illusion between those with power and those without. So how come we never get a chance to vote the Rockefellers out, or the Rothschilds, or the DuPonts, or all of it? Because they're above that pay grade. So all of this voting in is just to make the black people or poor people in general feel like you're not a slave. This is just the process so that you feel free, even when they keep taking what little bit of freedoms you have. They keep taking more away. But this vote right here, you know how many, every 4 years they keep rewinding the play tape. And then every 4 years it's the same.
And then it's funny to me when people in New York, first of all, we're in New York, right? New York just votes blue by default.
Yes.
They always vote blue. So it's funny when I talk about not voting and somebody talks about me, because they say not voting is voting for Trump, or
that's the mind screw that they.
But
try.
I'm just like, okay, but you're in New York, so your vote don't matter anyway. Like I want to say that, but I don't. I'm just saying your vote don't matter anyway. But whatevs.
And again,
I digress.
People are using that as a mind screw against you.
Yeah.
If listen, we have to get him out. What? So you and they playing these mind games
and emotional games. People are dying.
People are dying because this man is in office. You know what I mean? And it's amazing to watch.
It is.
And if that's your vote, then have your vote. But, don't come at me with all that craziness. I just sit above a little bit of that, just, again, never using anything more than common sense when it comes to these situations. So let's clap up the nomination.
Facts.
Clap that up. Yeah.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Okay, so people are going to get at me on this because a few weeks ago I said we were not talking about Nick Cannon anymore on this show.
You did say
that.
I
did say that.
But I fell off with Cap every now and then.
Yeah, I did say that.
Yeah.
But somebody who follows us on Twitter sent us an article, and I couldn't believe what I was reading.
Okay.
About Nick Cannon saying that he, looked up his lineage and found out his great-grandfather was a Spanish rabbi.
A Spanish rabbi. All right. What does that have to do with that Khazarian Jew he had up there on the show?
Well,
is what I'm asking. Even if it's because there are black rabbis,
right?
So if his grandfather is a Spanish rabbi, what the hell does that have to do with the Khazari or Khazarian, as we call him, Jew who was sitting up there making him apologize in real time for telling the truth?
Dude,
is the question.
Dude, this is like the longest apology to it's not even that long, but it's one of the most embarrassing to watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is a neutered dog. But like,
Facts.
you know what I'm saying? And then I heard a rumor that he was suing Viacom for like 1.5 billion for the rights to Wildin' Out, but I heard that's false as well. But again, like, what's the point of that? You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. And then he's given this year's salary from the mask show to the Holocaust.
Like, what are we supposed to do with that?
Not that black people couldn't use that money, because he learned something about some people who passed away, and that's fine. That's throwing dirt on your own family, legacy, lineage, the entire. When you say, I'm going to give money to these people because their fight, their struggle, their pain supersedes that of your people who have been through the most horrific ish ever on the planet, ever recorded, then that says something.
Well, this actually goes into our next topic with Akon.
Yes.
Right, because first of all, somebody said that basically killed the Sabi story. That wasn't coming out.
Yeah, that wasn't coming out.
That wasn't coming out. Once he got fired and once he started apologizing, that was not coming out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I just wanted to put that out there.
And I don't think Sabi has ever said anything anti-Semitic. You know what I mean? He dealt with health.
But the people he had in the doc.
Yes, of course. All the people he had in the doc, you know where they stand. These are truth sayers.
Right.
Yeah, at all costs. Yeah. These are people who like, listen, I'm not getting a deal at Viacom.
Right.
I ain't got no deals coming through. This is it. This is all I got. And once they take this platform, it is what it is. And, so, when you have those kind of people who are willing to stand on that at all costs, it is what it is. So he definitely by default has to scrap that documentary.
Yeah, he's going to scrap that. But going into talking about whose trauma is bigger than others, Akon, yes. He did an interview with Vlad TV. And again, I stopped watching Vlad.
I don't call him Akon. I call him Akon. But go ahead. Yeah, continue.
Okay.
I'm going to be here all week. I got a million of them. No.
But, so I stopped watching Vlad interviews. So I just saw the headline of it, and I saw people going crazy. So then I said, for the sake of the show, let me see what he said. So in the nutshell, what he said was because I guess Vlad and him were discussing the slave ports in Senegal, and he said he went to go see it and it was crazy, boom, boom. And then he asked Akon, do Senegalese people still think about slavery? And he goes, not really. We kind of got past it. The thing is, like, African Americans, they still think about it and still kind of holds them back. They kind of use it as a crutch, and you have to. What people kind of missed here, he said, you kind of have to see your value, because if you're waiting for reparations, they gave reparations to everybody else. They did not give reparations to you guys, so they would have did it already. So you have to kind of, use that as a way to basically pull up your bootstraps type of talk
and go to work.
So here's the thing, how I feel about that. The wrong person to give that, because I felt like he was speaking from a privileged situation. He knows where his people are from. He knows his true name, his lineage, all that stuff. He has a direct line to it.
Right.
But on the other hand, I do understand the falling back on the slavery as a victim mentality thing.
Yes.
Because it can get exhausting if you're always leaning on slavery, always thinking about what these people did instead of our extensive history prior to, and as you've noticed on this show, I've said it 1,000 times, and people got offended by it. I wasn't saying you need to erase your history. I'm simply saying your history is far greater than that. And when you are dealing with things in the past, you're dealing with trauma that only perpetuates itself in your future. If you continue to relive a rape, if you continue to relive traumatic things that have happened to you, then you are not presently in the moment to take full advantage of what this world has to offer. That's just 101. You know what I mean? When you begin to understand the mind exercises needed to move forward. White people don't speak about the time they were in the caves, that they were on all fours and knuckle dragging. Didn't know how to use soap.
And didn't know how to use soap and sleeping with dogs. And your rites of passage at 18 was to sleep with your mother. That's where the term motherfucker comes from. Okay? And all of these things, they don't speak about eating raw meat and just being savages. whenever white people speak, they speak about what they conquered. And that's what they teach their children. You are privileged. So I'm not saying we are supposed to teach our children about us being privileged, but we have a long, extensive history of mathematics, science, astrology, numerology, things we've built, the architectures all around. We don't even have to go back that far. Just go to the Moors and what they did. Just stop right there. Go with the Moorish history and what we did to educate, teach people how to be civilized and upright. Right? That's all I'm saying. And what it does for the esteem. Now, you should always remember, but that shit should always just be a footnote. Yeah, and by the way, there was a time when we dealt with slavery, but now we are moving on. That's psychology 101. So I don't have any problems with what Akon has said. But I understand in jest how other people could take that the wrong way.
It could be taken the wrong way from him because he's just sitting back like, yo, basically kind of get over it.
Right, because he didn't go through the trials and tribulations.
Right, his family.
He was on the other side.
He was on the other side.
All right, see y'all niggas later.
Right.
We sold y'all niggas.
Right.
But good luck. We hope y'all make y'all way back for those who did. You know what I'm saying? And let's not get into that because I've never believed that all of us came over here on ships that they can't find. Just to keep it a buck. And I do believe that the landmass and we were the Moors and travelers. And sure, perhaps a portion of people came over here who were beaten, raped, tortured. So we're not going to deny that either. But let's not act like all of us were slaves. You know what I'm saying? That too is doing yourself a disservice. So we have a long history that needs to be unpeeled in layers. But until we do, we need to all join together. You know what I mean? And fight against oppression as it is currently laid out, or we all gonna lose.
Well, yeah. Because again, because I'm already seeing Africans sold us. I get it. I totally get it.
But you got to understand this too, and that's not to defend Africans. Slavery is nothing new. They probably thought, well, we have slavery here, but it's not chattel slavery, so we assuming Paleface is probably going to do the same thing, or the Arabs or whoever were involved. And then when we got here on this soil and we were that far away from home, the ones who were, were subjected to some things that shouldn't even be spoke of again, right? So, that's not to make an excuse. That's so that our people get abreast of their history. Slavery didn't start with us coming here in 1619 or whatever. Slavery been going on. Yeah. But you could work your way out of it. There were, certain moral codes. You kept your family together. It was a different animal than chattel slavery, which we had never experienced before. All right? So let's kind of keep that, clear.
Thank you for the donations, everybody.
Yeah, we appreciate these donations.
Somebody said, Carrie said, Akon, Nick Cannon, same thing. Men who aren't willing to subvert white currency for black empowerment. Okay, so that's another thing. All right, so the thing with Akon is he's been talking like really, really big lately about just financial freedom and things like that. But then his new city that's gonna be like actual Wakanda and stuff like that, but that was a loan from China. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
China owns that. You don't own that.
You don't own that. China owns that. You are the front man. You are the goyim that is being used, the talisman that's being used to perform the magic needed for that particular region.
Then let's even get into it. He keeps talking about black people just need to go back to Africa. If we just need to go back to Africa. You're not going to tell us to go from one burning ship to the next burning ship because how corrupt all those countries in Africa are. And they're all under white supremacy. And Jesus is ruling those regions. So let's not act like let's not like really let's get into it. You know what I'm saying? It's a mess everywhere. So I just thought, like I said, the message I got. You know what I'm saying? If I'm taking my emotion out of it, I'm taking the headline, sensationalism out of it. I got, because I do agree with the sense that our history doesn't start there, so we shouldn't act like that is our entire reason for being.
Right. Because when we do that, and this is the last point I'll make on that, when we do that, we position ourselves as victims. As long as we're victims, we have our hands out, and we need people to do things for us. That whole democratic process is about handouts, right? So, and it falls in line with victimhood.
Right.
So we have to move past victimhood at some point as a collective so that we can go get our own. Then it won't be a matter of us asking for reparations. We can demand reparations. Cut that effing check right now. We're not playing no more. And until we move in that position, we always going to have our hand out, and we expect, we keep opening up door number D for Democrat, and it's always snakes behind that door.
We act surprised.
And then we go, damn, there's snakes in there.
Next 4 years.
Next 4 years. It ain't gonna be no snakes in that door in 4 years. And then you open the door and there's more snakes in there.
Yeah.
So you get what you deserve.
Yeah.
You know, if nothing else, and again, I'm not caping for Trump or any of that. Is caping the right word?
Yeah.
I'm not caping for Trump or none of that. But he's the only outlier in this equation. So when you start studying patterns, whether you agree with it or not, because I'm a pattern studier, you know, in your behavior, you keep doing the same thing, and then one day you come in doing something different. I want to know what brought about this different behavior. All right, fellas, y'all get that when y'all in your relationship and wifey come home different. You know what I mean? Why is she different now, nigga? Something happened. One of them little niggas at work done told us some shit or did some shit. You can act like you don't know. So you have to study behaviors and patterns. For you goofy niggas who keep your feet and body all smelly, and then all of a sudden you clean. Your socks is, everything is clean on you, and you out. You don't think your wife go, well, look at this nigga here. This is the dirtiest nigga I know, and now this nigga is squeaky clean. You broke a pattern. There's an anomaly there. There's something, you know what I'm saying, the outlier in the equation, like, Now, it doesn't always have to be negative. Could be positive. You know what I'm saying? You changing your eating habits for the better. Wifey see you, that business you've been talking about for 10 years, you going to start, and then one day she get up, and there you go, starting it.
Yeah.
I had a situation like that here a couple of months ago. One day I saw the dishes in the sink, and I said, you know what, let me just, they're here, let me roll up. And I was washing the dishes, and my wife walked by and said, nigga, are you sick? She said, well, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I was so offended by that I said, I'm washing the dishes from now on, and 80% of the time I've kept up that. Yeah, 80%. Yeah.
Just to spite her.
No, not to spite her. She was just like, nigga, are you sick? You got a fever? Like, you in here just doing dishes without me asking you? I was offended. But just, sharing some points. Yeah. Let's go to commercial.
Yes, let's go to commercial break.
Let's get to a commercial break.
Praise bills.
Young, Black, and Married. How to Snuggle Through the Struggle is described as couples therapy in the palm of your hands. This relationship tool is ideal for married couples or individuals seeking a committed relationship. Sometimes couples forget the most fundamental elements of a healthy, happy relationship. The authors, Jared and Missy James, have been able to spread their mission of preserving the Black family structure from America to Africa. This book is for any relationship, regardless of age, race, or sexual preference. Young, Black, and Married, How to Snuggle Through the Struggle is available on major platforms like iTunes, Kindle, and more.
We are just us, a couple, musicians, relationship coaches, and Soulinarians, and we'd love for you to join us on our YouTube channel, R&S and Hip-Gnosis, where we share music, discuss various topics, and share our journey in hopes that it helps you on yours. We currently have a special on Soulinarian readings. This includes your natal chart, a tarot reading, your Egyptian mythology, and number code breakdown, all for $40. Email us at rsandhg@gmail.com to get your reading today. That's rsandhg@gmail.com.
Growth in one are all-natural hair, face, and body products designed to grow, rejuvenate, and sustain one's natural beauty. Made from the finest non-toxic ingredients, Growth in One's original formula promises to prevent hair loss, maintain healthy growth, and preserve the overall texture and essence of natural hair. Each one of our products is made from organic essential oils, minerals, vitamins, and proteins to ensure the highest quality of results in every bottle. Whether it's hair growth or skin care, when it comes to quality, reliability, and service, you can be assured Growth in One is committed to the highest standard of excellence. We are constantly growing our product line. Please check out our latest edition, our Amber Aroma Scented Candle. It's hand poured with love. Please visit our website at growthin1.com. Our products are designed to reveal the best version of yourself while including clean ingredients.
And we're back.
And we are back. We need you to support these black-owned businesses.
Facts.
Side note, I'm getting a reading done. Me and wifey by the Soulinarian couple.
Oh, okay.
Just us. First of all, it's a husband and wife duo, like a rap group, and they are boss. I listen to some of their music. I'm not caping. I'm just telling you, she does the singing, he does the rapping. This is an incredible synergy, and they do the Soulinarian readings. So me and wifey will get a reading, and we'll pay full price because we're about supporting these businesses.
As you should.
Absolutely. I'm not looking for no Black Dot handouts. I'm trying to support these businesses, and we want you guys to do the same.
And also, if you're a small business that wants to advertise with us, you can email sales@urbanx.nyc.
Yes, we have a new phone number.
I don't know about giving that out because people gonna start calling in, and instead of I don't know yet.
Okay, I'm gonna hold off on the new number.
I don't know yet.
Black Dot, I'm a Coolio dude. Mom is Trini Indian. We consider ourselves black, but we descend from indentured servants. I can see why people don't trust Kamala. Yes.
Cooley.
Another thing, Eli's show has come back.
Eli's show came back.
We debuted it last night.
Yeah.
Was it last night?
It was last night.
It was last night.
I was watching.
The new name, of course, is Disabled is Able Podcast. We have a new backdrop. We have a new logo. We have a new everything. And we getting back at it.
Yeah.
So we need you guys, if you haven't already subscribed, to come over there and subscribe and support these young fellas. I've never seen Eli and Freddie, who are best friends since kindergarten, who are both disabled, this excited about the prospect of them taking their show to the next level. And of course I moderate, but I'm going to slowly but surely be moving further and further back to allow them to do what they do and shine, because they have something to offer. And so check Eli and Freddie out. If you've already subscribed, I believe you just stay subscribed. But all the new people, Disabled is Abled is the podcast. So rock with Freddie and Eli and Dad, and we're all disabled. I'm disabled, and they're disabled. That's the irony of the whole joint. So we all disabled, and we're all able to offer something to this world.
Shout out to Eli and Freddie and Dad.
Oh, thank you.
You there too. You there too.
So when they get the Grammy or something, I get to step up and
they're gonna say thank Ma.
Yeah, man, thank you, Ma.
Thank you, Mom.
You've done so much. I'm coming up on stage bulldogging that. So what do we have here?
So real quick before we go, apparently Professor Griff went off on D.L. Hughley. Did not see. I didn't hear.
I saw that. He broke him off something lovely.
What was it about? Because
D.L. Hughley got on Vlad.
Oh boy.
And he started going off on Griff. Basically, like, Griff just doesn't sizzle. He's not a piece of steak that sizzles or something. And the minute you bring somebody like Griff on your show, and Griff is like, wait a minute, nigga, I didn't ask to come on Nick Cannon's show, and I wasn't the one asking the questions. This Negro was.
Right.
I was just answering, but Griff is a firecracker, and all he has left is a YouTube channel. Something bizarre, and he gave Griff what Griff needs, and Griff went in vintage Griff style. Yes.
What's deal Hughley is one of those diet woke.
Griff was like, down low Hughley. I mean, DL Hughley.
Yeah, DL Hughley. He's one of those people that like easy talking points. You know what I'm saying?
He stick with low hanging fruit.
Real low hanging. Like if you make a Trump racist joke and he thinks it's clever, then one of the, you get what I'm saying? It's no real thought behind a lot of what these people do. A lot of black pundits that are just Democrats for the sake of being a Democrat, and there's no real thought behind why the Democrats.
Yes, and somebody early in the comment in the chat section said that's the byproduct of being woke but not being conscious. That's the most precise
and that's all you're gonna see on TV.
Yeah,
that's all you're gonna see with book deals. That's all you're gonna see on CNN.
I think that was
all you're going to see.
The most accurate way to explain.
Really good one. Wow.
That whole situation.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So a couple weeks ago, we talked about how Russia said that they were going to have a working vaccine in the beginning of August, and apparently Putin said they have one, and he actually gave it to his daughter.
Oh, okay.
So
is she still alive?
I guess I don't know.
Okay.
We don't even know.
Where did he get the baby fetuses from to add to the vaccine?
I don't know.
Did he have like baby fetuses in the backyard? How did that go?
I don't know how Russia gets down.
Okay. Just asking.
But they do get busy.
Okay, yeah, they get busy.
Well, so what that told me that, like the race to space, Russia was trying to get there.
Yeah, and China and this one.
Everybody's trying to get this. So it seems like that's what's happening with these vaccines. A whole bunch of people. U.S. just paid a company called Moderna $1.5 billion to develop a vaccine. They're paying a bunch of people, a bunch of companies to develop.
I have a vaccine. It's called colloidal silver, elderberries, vitamin C,
healthy lifestyle,
zinc, lifestyle, and meditation.
Yeah.
You can get my vaccine. How much they charging for theirs? I'm doubling down. They're about $100, $150, $75 for me to tell you that same shit I just said. Yeah. But continue.
Yeah, like I said, and like somebody even pointed out in the chat, we didn't even know if he really gave it to his daughter. That's why when the vaccine here comes out and all these people are going to claim that they took it, that they're fine, we don't even know if they really took it.
But they will have dummies lined up. Like when Apple comes out with a new product and you see people standing in the street, right, for days at a time. But then the next day you could just walk in and get the phone and you go like this, bro. So obviously these are people they're paying to be in the street. And I couldn't figure it out for a while. I was like, yo, damn, that new phone I got to get. And then I said, you know what? And one day I was just walking by the Apple store and there was nobody outside. And I just walked inside and said, you think I can get that phone? And thinking they're going to go, nah. They was like, yeah, come on in. And I said, wait a minute. So they got people out there, creating the illusion that this is a must-get item. So it's going to be the same thing with that vaccine. They're going to have people lined up. And then there'll be the knuckle draggers who will just line up because this is what the government said we got to do to stop the 2% deaths in the country.
Right.
Yeah. 2%. Yeah, 2% out of how much percent? I think 5%, but 2% is a lot.
Yeah.
No, nigga, that's out of 100%. Wait a minute. I dropped out in 3rd grade.
Well, you know what's crazy? I think because I read a study that said I forgot what country it is that have like amazing numbers, like amazingly low numbers. And it said that the reason why it has that because they weren't getting misinformation about the virus itself. Right? In America, we were getting literally contradicting statements right after another
in real time.
So of course that causes distrust,
confusion, distrust,
all of that stuff. So obviously we're going to just push back naturally, like, oh, what the hell? I think if it was handled like, yo, listen, if it's something that's going around, it could be fatal. I think it would have been more of a...
But that wasn't the objective. The fear was the objective.
True that.
And I said before, if a tree falls in the forest and there's nobody there to hear it, did it make a sound, right? Remember that little question your teacher would ask you and you be sitting there like, I I don't really know what you mean. Like, it fell, right? So, but if they never was pumping this, like this was the worst thing to happen to humanity in the last 100 years, we would have continued to live our lives as we're doing. Somebody would have passed away. Maybe a fat guy.
But it would have. They would have marked it as a heart attack, or marked
heart
it
attack,
as diabetes,
marked
it as
inflammation, whatever, cancer, all the things that come with death in this country. But what they did, they just called everything COVID.
Yeah.
Right? So, again, that was to pump the numbers, to pump the fear, because fear is crippling. Fear will stagnate everything. Mm-hmm. So they were out for fear. Other countries weren't out for that. They just wanted, probably smaller countries who the government is not trying to take over, was like, wait a minute, let's not get no disinformation.
Right.
Let's try to treat this for what it is, and yada boom, yada bang.
Real quick, back to the Bill Gates interview. They asked him, what do you make of the conspiracy theories that you're pursuing vaccine research to control people's minds using 5G radio waves and so on? That's not the conspiracy, but
yeah, okay,
but whatever.
They lumped all of that in there.
They tried to make it seem sillier than it really was. But he goes, it's strange. They take the fact that I'm involved with vaccines and they just reverse it. So instead of giving money to save lives, I'm making money to get rid of lives. That makes sense to me, but
it does make sense. And you said yourself, out of your own goofy mouth, that the population is 9 billion or whatever, but with a great vaccine, we can reduce that by 15%. He said that.
Right. So, and then he goes, if that stops people from taking the vaccine or looking at the latest data about wearing a mask, then that's a problem. So that's the end of the quote. But again, like I said, when they do things like this, like they openly talk about conspiracy theories, they're trying to take the fangs out of it.
They always do that. They soften it to make it seem, hey, Bill, what'd you think about when they said about, and that's again to throw people off, because we're in a different time. It's woke people who are not conscious, right? But they still woke. So now they're beginning to question things that they used to just go for automatically.
Right.
It's people who are not conscious, but they are woke, and they are at least beginning the process, because at one point we were all woke but not conscious. You know what I mean? And we're working toward being conscious, meaning simply truly aware of just how deep this rabbit hole goes. And being conscious never stops. It's an ongoing dig down the rabbit hole, keep going, because the rabbit hole goes further than most of us could truly imagine, right? So with that being said, but the woke is where it starts.
Yeah.
Let's question things we didn't question before. So I'm gonna give the woke people a warm clap. Yeah, give them a clap. Give them a clap. But this goofy right here is something else.
Not a scientist, not a near doctor,
not a virologist,
not a near nothing.
Yeah, none of that.
But he can tell you,
epidemiologist, none of that. But he can tell you what's best for your life. That's an amazing. He builds computers, and he would put viruses in the computers to make you buy more computers. Yes, that's why I stopped with Windows years ago.
Yeah.
Right? And got at least with Apple, who didn't have as many. I never had a virus. Apple be like, yo, it be stuff that say, don't download this. It's a virus. I'd be like, I got an Apple. Just to see what would happen. So this is a guy who's taken something he used in the computer world and applying it to real world. If you ever see the computer chips, right, and how they simulate streets and different places in ancient Kemet, and because it's the same circuitry board that they use to move energy. Your participation is the energy that charges up the computer board or the motherboard, and once that virus is in there, it's hard to get that virus out. You need new downloads. Yes?
Yeah.
All right.
You are tuned into the sound.
Yeah, K. Brown, his money is long.
And somebody said he didn't even create it. Talking about those computers. He did what Steve Jobs did. He just told other people what to.
And then he oversaw it. Yes, absolutely.
I don't hear any thinking in there.
You better get in there and do some thinking with Bill Burr. Going in, yes.
That's funny. So, New York. I remember we talked about a lot of people moving out of New York due to the virus and due to the high rent and things like that. So a lot of people moving out of New York. A lot of people, and a lot of apartments in California, I believe, or luxury apartments in California are being vacant now. So that leads to a bigger conversation because in New York they launched a new tenant portal for people who are having trouble with their rent.
Yeah, because so many people see this is now the beginning of the after effect of coronavirus and all of this stuff, where, you know, even the $600 for people who was getting that is out the window. Now people can't pay their rent.
Right.
So we have a tendency to understand that. But me and you were saying, well, that's interesting because there's the other side of that equation, and that's the landlords. And I'm not talking about the slumlords. I'm talking about if I owned a 10-tenant building and I need that rent money to pay for oil, heat, this, that, repairs, and now I don't have that money coming in, so this whole system is about to collapse.
Yeah, and I think that was one of the aspects people were missing when they were first talking about rent. They were just like, yo, these landlords should just understand. I'm like, yo, some of those landlords, that's their income.
Right. Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying?
And again, because perspective is the secret weapon I always talk about in the secret sauce, the first thing I did was go, okay, what if I owned, 3, buildings, and that was really, because you got to flip that money. You got to keep flipping that money. So is New York safe for my daughters is getting ready to return to Columbia U? Well, because she's at Columbia U, Donnie Austin, she's well protected. Trust me, Columbia U is going to make sure their students, these are elite students. Congratulations to your daughter for being there.
Yeah, my cousin graduated from there.
Yeah, so she's fine. She'll be fine. We're talking about low income, tenants and things of that nature. And it also opens up an opportunity for those who have money to take full advantage of these situations. All around the board. See, crisis is only a crisis for those who are not prepared to take advantage of the crisis.
Yeah.
So we're going to see a flip, not only in gentrification, in ownership and other things in this country. It's going to be the biggest transfer of wealth that we've seen in our lifetime.
Somebody just put in the chat, Elon Musk, Tamika Mays. Elon Musk left California. Joe Rogan left California for Texas. Lyft might do the same. And there's a lot of wealthy. When we talked about all the billionaires that left New York, they were leaving to Florida, Connecticut, all these places. So I don't know what that's going to do because New York and California known for their wealthy residents. So if people start leaving and taking their businesses and elsewhere, then, what is that going to do?
And then what does it do when you look at, on one coast, the empire is New York. Right. On the other coast, it's LA, and they crumble. That means everything in between that will eventually crumble.
It was just announced this week that the UK is officially in a recession.
Oh, okay.
Due to what happened with the coronavirus.
Right, so we're going to start seeing, and the reason we got thrown off, in my humble opinion, is because they gave out all that loan money, they gave the stimulations out.
The stimmies?
The stimmies. Give me my stimmy. Yeah. And they gave out the unemployment money, so they flushed you know what I'm saying, and made it look good. They do that. You know what I'm saying? And then now that it's like the wave that went out, now the wave is coming back. Right. And when that wave come back, whoa. So that's what we're about to deal with in conjunction with sports not coming back. Right. So these franchises are going to lose billions and billions of dollars. So we are, if you're not used to, back to the mayonnaise sandwiches, huh? Lucky your dad.
Somebody said rent in NY is going down. It is.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah, because landlords is going to take a little less to get you in.
Yeah.
And it is related to the CEOs leaving early in January. Absolutely. We were one of the first ones that spoke about that.
You could go back and check.
Right? So back to mayonnaise sandwiches.
Oh, gosh.
Okay? Sugar water. Huh? Big blobs of cheese. Big things of peanut butter that take 3 people to put it up on the table. You got to dip your whole head in a jar to stir it, and it's thick peanut butter. You almost need, that's what I'm talking about. That's good living. Internet with the little man, the AOL dude. All right? And then when you make that connection, you be like, yeah. And then if somebody call you off, that's what.
I remember that.
Okay, so we got to get used to that. If you ain't used to that kind of living,
I do,
son, then you're going to do bad. If you, Dad, where's the Wi-Fi? If you're used to all that, you're going to be in trouble. But I'll make a mayonnaise sandwich right now.
And Dante and Cordell, thank you for the donation.
Yeah, Cordell, thank you so much. Appreciate that support. Absolutely.
Somebody said, what about the powdered milk, Dad?
Powdered milk. Absolutely. I used to drink carnation milk. So that came in a little can, and you had to add water to it. And it never, ever tastes like real milk. But when you wanted cereal, I've had cereal with water. Dude, I'm trying to tell you, bro. That's that real living. These kids don't know what it is. These kids been high on the hog, y'all.
Sure don't.
But when these lights go out and they stop, they don't give me the stimmy and this, that, and shit. I'm prepared. Jeez. 2 pair of pants growing up and 4 shirts and made it work a whole school year. 2 pair of pants.
Jeez.
I got a Ghetto Cosby story for that real quick.
Oh, go ahead. Okay, we haven't had one of those.
We haven't had one in a while. I don't know if I told this one, but I will tell it again. I had them Pro Cats. Did I tell you about the Pro Cats? Mm-hmm. And I got 1 new pair of sneakers a school year, right? Unless Christmas came or something. And I had on these 69ers. And you don't cut your toenail, your pointy toenail. Mm-hmm. And I wore these sneakers so much that it was a hole in my Pro Cats at the top. You know what I mean? Like on the rubber piece. Okay. Those who wore 69ers know what I mean. And I was in school and we used to do, be popping and locking and boogieing and moonwalking, right? And me and my man Reg was in the hall. He's like, yo, D, you can't moonwalk. I said, I can moonwalk, son. And I started moonwalking back, and a roach came right out the top of my sneaker.
I feel like you told this
as story. I was moonwalking. I may have told it.
I think you told this one.
And yeah, it was embarrassing. Moonwalking back, and the roach was like, what's going on out here? I can moonwalk too. Yeah, man. Yeah, they ragged me heavy, man.
They should have.
I think I didn't come the next day.
You deserved that, yeah.
Yeah, I only had 2 pair of pants, and that might have threw my pants schedule off. And then, yeah.
You deserve that one.
Facts.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Real quick, we want to shout out Skylar Bell. Shout him out because he's about to make his college decision and where he's
That's my nephew right there. That's my dude.
Where he's about to play football at the next level.
At the professional, not professional, college level. I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah. But Skylar Bell, shout out to his dad, Derek Bell, who was your personal trainer all of these years, getting you prepared to play college ball. Yeah. And Skylar was the youngest one.
And he
was the little dude who used to just tag along.
No, but he
was already sound back then. I want to give him his credit.
Yeah.
He was already sound back then. He was doing all the same drills you guys were doing. And I said to myself, out of all of you guys who go to college, he is going to be the one. And he is going to be the one. And, because I'm privy to these kind of things, his pops hit me up, peace to the God, and he told me what the school was going to be. And I know, but I can't say nothing because he's going to drop this on his Instagram. What is his Instagram?
His Instagram is Juice Bell, so JuiceBell. Juice Bell.
Juice Bell. And he'll make that announcement on Sunday. But I will tell you this. It is a college that plays on TV. Tell you that?
Yeah. FBS D1 school.
Yeah. Top of the line.
And I think he's the number 1 rated receiver in Connecticut, in the state of Connecticut.
Yeah. I'm going to clap that up again. Yeah. Skylar, that's my dude. And then he shot up because he was small. And then I saw him. And now he's dunking. And,
I was just saying.
And his dad is the best physical trainer in the world.
What Derek would do, because Derek was big on training the muscles that you did not see.
Right.
And we train, as a young dude, you get in the high school gym, you just want to train your chest, your abs, you know what I'm saying? You want to look real good, the show muscles, you know what I mean? He was big on training your hamstrings, your hips, things like that, like stuff, the muscles in your feet so you don't tear stuff like that. And he's a different animal.
No.
And I actually have an interview with him actually on the channel. I think I'm gonna put it on the Urban Extras channel.
Yeah, we'll put it on the Urban Extras channel so people can see some of the training that you did. And I remember, one time y'all was talking smack. I saw him stand on a ball.
Yeah.
And do lift weights standing on a ball, balancing. Don't even try that.
I remember we were in the gym. It was me, his son O'Shea, his son Damon, my man Kev, and Skylar. We were in the gym, and we were doing dips, right? And he had the 45 plates on the belt where we doing the dips. He was like, I could do 3 plates. We were like, get the hell out of here. Mind you, yeah, get that. Easy. Just talking to us while he's doing it.
Side note, he's trained Tom Brady.
He has, and his wife.
So just letting you know, if you need a personal trainer, my man Derek Bell, you got to hit him up.
Yeah.
Gorilla
Prince.
Gorilla Prince Athletics. But this is about his son. I'm going to drop a bomb now. This is about Skylar.
So shouts out to Skylar.
Yeah. And when he makes his announcement, we're going to shout him out some more.
Yeah.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So, R. Kelly's back in the news.
R. Kelly. I believe I can fly.
R. Kelly's back in the news. 3 of his associates were arrested in connections to intimidating witnesses and all things of that nature.
Oh, like scaring witnesses. You better not say R. Kelly did that to you. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whoa, I almost forgot about R. Kelly.
Me too.
Meaning he's been locked up and quiet for so long.
No, but he tries to get out like every other month, with some like technicality with COVID.
This, that,
Yeah. So
I wonder what it's like in the prison with him singing. You know what I mean?
I wonder what he goes through now.
And then one of them thug dudes come by. Listen, I just bought this pussy incense by Erykah Badu. I want you to paint that around the room. You know what I'm saying? Make it smell nice and good. When I come back, I want you to sing some of them joints. I got me and my little boo. We gonna get it on. You know what I'm saying? You better than the radio, son. And don't let me catch you standing up to pee, nigga. Ever. Sit your ass down, nigga. What goes on? When you have a celebrity of his nature, does his singing get him out of trouble?
Well, wasn't Bill Cosby making jokes?
Oh, Bill Cosby was telling jokes.
Yeah.
So you gotta work with your strengths. I'd be in there teaching. First of all, I'd convert to Islam. You know that.
To Islam.
I would immediately convert to Islam.
And lift weights.
And be like, peace, brothers. Assalamu alaikum. I used to be Black Dot. I'm now Black Dot Muhammad. Get on with these lessons. Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah. Sure.
But apparently, so remember he was crying broke. He was saying he didn't have $100 in his account.
Yeah.
Apparently, they found another account that wasn't in his name, but that was his, and it had like $1.2 million in it.
Okay, yeah. Well, you got to keep some money somewhere.
Yeah, because I even thought like, you don't got no money, dude.
No money, like really?
Yeah,
really. So he was trying to think ahead because he knew these cases was coming, but when the feds get on you, son, they get that money.
Yeah.
Speaking of no money, none of these rappers are performing.
Yeah.
So how? What are they doing?
Yeah.
And these is niggas. These ain't, accountants. These is niggas who use their show money to floss and do all that they do. So I'm just curious on how these rappers are making it.
That is curious.
I'm not curious about the women rappers who can start fan-only pages.
OnlyFans.
Fan-only OnlyFans, and Cardi B has one, but she says she will be not showing any of the good stuff. None of the WAP will be shown. Okay, so if you was in it trying to see the WAP,
you had to.
Because I had my 45. How much is the memberships? Anybody know?
I think you can make your own.
Oh, you can make your own?
Patreon.
Like a Patreon. For $5, she'll show me toes.
Right. Yeah.
For $10, I'll get a nipple.
Damn, if you got OnlyFans.
For $20, for $50 a month, nigga, that's the deluxe plan. You get it all.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, sure. And who came up with the $40 price anyway?
I have no idea.
You ever thought about that?
It must be lower now because of quarantine.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's got to be lower, or you can at least negotiate that. Ma, 40. Come on. You know what's going on out here?
I ain't get my stimmy yet.
I ain't get my stimmy. They didn't give me my stimmy. I got $20. You can make it work. I know you need groceries. And it's up to you. Yeah.
Speaking of like the feds getting the money, and so apparently, the FBI confiscated like billions of dollars in cryptocurrency from people trying to use that money for terrorist groups.
Okay.
And so remember, the conversation behind crypto was that, it was
unconfiscatable.
Right. It was, you know what I'm saying? It was away from.
Right.
So the fact that they can do that
shows you that it is confiscatable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that the government might have been down with that the whole time.
Well, this story right here, unfortunate. Federal agents tricked this one terrorist group into sending the money towards them.
And now any money that the government doesn't know about can be labeled terrorist money.
Right.
So you got to understand.
Like, what are you using this for?
Right. What are you using this $5 million in cryptocurrency for that the government doesn't know about? Is terrorist money. We'll take that. Thank you. So you got to be very careful on who they can stop you and arrest you.
Because you know it's crazy. I remember the first time I heard about Bitcoin, I was watching a movie and the guy had never heard about it prior to. Never heard about it. And then like recently, I want to say like last 4 years, I started seeing more and more people talking about it. And that was kind of mainstream. You can buy a cryptocurrency off your Cash App.
Yes.
So once that happened, because the allure behind it was, again, it was regulated. It was just kind of its own little world.
And it was so like you couldn't be. It couldn't go corrupt, or it couldn't be, like a scam because of the codes that constantly changed.
Right.
And now the government is issuing their own, ish.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's interesting to hear about. But I do think the future is going to be in digital money. Jay-Z.
Yes, he just him and the Charles Schwab backed Ethereum app opens his doors.
So that's a cryptocurrency.
Yes.
So Jay-Z and Charles Schwab, two names that we know and trust. We trust. Charles Schwab, when they speak, everybody listens. Is that commercial? Old school. When Charles Schwab talks,
hey, I don't know.
People listen. And then Jay-Z. So I guess they're getting together, getting this called Ethereum. Which is funny because Nas ethered his ass.
Yeah.
So for him to call it Ethereum, I find that to be interesting. Yeah. So Nas has a new album coming out.
Yeah, he does.
August 21st. Clap that up.
Oh God.
And hey, it could be a heat rock. Nas deserves my full attention. Yeah. Right now, I got to listen to Logic first. Don't ask. Eli insists that I listen.
I was like,
to Logic. What? Well, remember Eli's palette is diverse, really diverse, and Logic has dropped a new album, and him and Freddie told me I need to listen as a part of my homework before the next show, because if I show up and I didn't listen, that means I didn't do my homework.
Okay.
So I will listen to Logic's new album.
And our chat says that was E.F. Hutton.
Oh, that was E.F. Hutton. My bad. Okay, that's why I love my chat. I just used one of my lifelines.
Okay.
Thank you. E.F. Hutton, when he speaks, people listen. Okay, yeah, I knew it was something.
All right.
You are tuned into the sounds of urban.
I'm not too bright, on these things. I forget most of these things, so I really appreciate the chat. Our chat is unique, is that they know more than we do.
Yeah, they just be. Yeah. And what's crazy? We'll be messing the chat up because sometimes it be people in the chat, who you are, that be hyped to correct us.
Yes, yeah.
That'd be really.
But see, I don't get offended.
Yeah, I'm just like, cool, thanks.
I'm like, thanks,
thank you,
man. Because I'm not sitting up here acting like I know.
Yeah, listen, it's a few of them in there, and I know y'all by name by now, and y'all be going hard like y'all niggas don't know what y'all talking about.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, thanks, man. I like your comment too.
Yeah, this is an entertaining show.
Thank you.
We're trying to educate, entertain, have some fun, share some love, all in the same show. But go get your news like you're straightforward, 100% facts. You got to go elsewhere for that.
Yeah, we try to do as best as we can here.
Yeah, Malcolm gets the subjects out. I try to breathe life into them and give a different perspective. And we try to have fun for this hour and a half that we with you, so that you can smile or curse us out or call me a dumb nigga. It goes from one extreme to the next. Dot, we love you, to Dot, you a dumb nigga.
Yeah.
How you get so dumb?
Yeah.
Damn, son. Like, geesh. I like that statement. I like them all. I'd be like, yep, you dumb big head nigga. Okay, thank you for tuning in, sir.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're about to go into our Urban Excellence story of the week.
Okay, yeah, right. Let's do that.
We don't have a sponsor this week.
Do we want to go to commercial first?
Yeah, we're gonna go to commercial first.
And then let's get our paid people in there first.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And we shall return.
And we shall return.
If you are interested in serving families and creating better birth outcomes, join our next online doula training certification program. Take advantage of our discount offer. Receive 10% off. Use promo code Don't Birth Without a Doula. Go to craftswoman.com for more information.
Yeah, fuck the shit, flip the script and get it right. Rewrite history, so this time we may get it right. Take the jewels from our elders, rock them and wear them tight. Apply it to your life, and so you're not blinded of your sight. It's taken by the white man, cause it's blacks we fight. And we taught that we angry and mad just out of spite. But we too grumpy black men, tired of the lies given to the kid in their lifetime. Real eyes, realize, never fly by me, by we the people, how are we? If we treat it like the dirt beneath our feet, while we trees waiting to grow up, filled with knowledge, but whoever show us, the names is Bobby, Mick, and Arthur C. We'll bring your mind and show you things you thought you never see. Just be open-minded, take a listen, and you will see just how much truth and knowledge a black man can really speak.
Hi, my name is Leslie O Voice, and I'm a voiceover artist. Now, you might be wondering, what's a voiceover artist and why do I care? Well, a voiceover artist performs anything that you hear but don't see. So this includes your TV and radio commercials, documentaries, and even interlude skits and producer tags on the hottest records, like
Maybach music.
And
What's that on that beat, ho?
And
If your metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you.
So, if you're an artist in the studio working on the album day and night but still feel like there's something missing from your project, or you're a producer or a DJ who wants to let everybody know who's on that beat, I've got something for you. For just $9, get a customized artist or producer tag from me. That's less than a medium 2-topping pizza, less than your last Uber drive, less than 3.5 grams. I'm just saying. Click on the link below and get a customized producer or artist tag from Leslie O Voice. You ready?
And we're back.
In effect, support those businesses.
Support those black-owned businesses.
Side note, I mean, the doula business, we need more doulas.
Definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, are men doulas too? I want y'all to check out, hit up the doula.
Yeah, all of our advertisers' information is in the description
because
below.
I think men will treat women better if they understood the sensitivity of that process. I believe back in the days, men put the baby in, you had to bring it out. You know what I mean? Yeah. So shout out to those who are teaching that ancient science of the doula. Again, 2 grumpy men. Mm-hmm. Shout them out. You know what I mean? They're doing the thing. We got your package. Go watch the Hulk. You'll see me rocking some of that wear. And of course, my girl Leslie. Look how much energy she got. Man, you better get a voiceover just because.
Just because you want her to say something funny. You know?
Exactly.
You want her to say something dope in her voice.
You want her to say something dope.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So this week we have an Urban Excellence story.
Right. It's not sponsored by anybody, but that spot is available.
If you want,
that's where we really get in and talk about your product, your whatever it is you offering extensively, for being, connected to that Urban Excellence story.
Yes. So, like I said, your ad here,
Right.
But so this Urban Excellence story goes out to Madison Wilson out of California.
Madison Wilson, okay.
Yes, Madison Wilson. She's a 7-year-old third grader who raised more than $40,000 to put multicultural crayons and books in California classrooms.
Whoa. Let me get this right. Madison Wilson. Mm-hmm. She's 7.
7 years old, third grade.
Third grade.
Yes.
And she has her stuff together to the point where she raised $40,000.
Yes.
To make sure that cultural crayons are in all of these kids' coloring books and things of that nature.
Yes, this this year, Crayola, you know,
Crayola. I grew up on Crayola.
Yes, they put out their cultural series where it had over 40 different skin tones. Because,
because we're a multicultural
world and things like that. So
many shades.
Her original goal was a little over 17,000, and she actually smashed that goal, and then she raised a little over $42,000, and will donate 15 books and 25 crayon boxes for every $2,500 she raised to a different classroom.
Wow. Clap that up. Madison Wilson is a mini genius.
Yes.
And she saw the need that she wasn't being reflected in Crayola's crown box.
Yes.
So she said, I'm going to do something about it.
Yes.
This is activists in the making.
Yes, on a real ground level. And that's where it's beauty.
That's where the beauty lies, because these are things that affect her. So when we start talking about these kids who are writing these books and doing this, it has to be something that they are passionate about. You don't want your 7-year-old on the stock market unless they have that ability to do so. So this is ground level stuff. 7-year-olds, they play with crowns all day to help bring their vision alive. She got tired of looking in that box,
trying to find her.
Let me see if I can. And then you know how you go way to the back and you don't see yourself, and you go, you know what? You could cry, or you could do something about it.
Right.
Madison Wilson did something about it. Got bombed to that.
So to end this story, Madison and her mom shared that she will be joining Crayola as an ambassador to the crayon collection. Shout out to
Wait. So now she's going to be an ambassador.
Yes.
I got to get my ish together.
Yeah.
I got to get my life.
What you doing? What you doing with your
this is what I'm saying. And now I'm going to use Madison Wilson as a template.
Right.
Like, son, okay, here's 7-year-old Madison. She's got it together. What are you doing?
Listen.
You should go home and feel bad about yourself.
Listen.
How do we donate?
Oh, I got you. It's a GoFundMe page.
GoFundMe.
Yes, I'll get it for you guys. And I'll put it in the chat.
And we'll put it in the chat. So Madison Wilson is doing big things at 7 years old.
Yeah.
I love it.
Noble not even rolling over yet. I got to get him.
No, he got to get it together, because we got to show off and be like, listen, blah, 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 blah. He can't even talk, but what he's trying to tell you is that he's invested in stock.
Yeah, his tummy time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I be coaching like, hey,
coach, get up, come on, son,
do that, get your neck up, come on.
That's right,
come on,
get that neck up. We got big plans for you.
He be crying, I let him chill for a little bit. All right,
suck it up.
Set two,
because we get ready to send him over to Derek in a minute.
It's late.
Derek already said he's supposed to be out here
6
at
weeks,
the beach at 6 weeks, getting it in.
He's supposed to be. You late.
So Derek, give us a little minute. But shout out to Madison Wilson. We are so proud of you. Keep doing your thing. You being ambassador is very important, because other little girls who look like you can become inspired by this and get into activation. We will drop a donation in the end. If you donate, just hit the hashtag UrbanX Nation, because we like to let people know, you know, we have power around here, and you know, we do our thing.
Yeah.
So shout out Madison Wilson for a great job.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
What's good with McDonald's, B?
The CEO
Yeah.
of McDonald's got caught in a sex lawsuit right now because he was bumping some of the employees.
Yeah.
Now, in his defense, I'm the boss. I'm the boss. Shit, I ain't coming here for burgers. I came in here for buns. I couldn't help it. Woo.
That was good.
Yeah. Pss, pss, pss. Be here all week. I got a million of them. Yeah, so he was violating, because there's a code of conduct, obviously, with employees and things of that nature. And when people in high positions, you're sweating.
Oh, my bad.
Like a Negro.
Yeah.
It's hot in here. We work for you guys in here. We work, and
these lights.
These lights and cameras and action and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So he's in trouble. And there's been a lawsuit filed, obviously, you know, by some of the employees who realized that he just wanted some buns.
Yeah.
Now they're upset, so they're coming in for theirs.
Yeah, it was every time one of these stories come out, I always think like, so as a CEO, say you're a single man, like you can't date any of your employees.
Fred Dodd said he loved them golden arches. Facts.
Yeah, I think I was talking about this. So I think McDonald's changed their recipe.
Why?
Because the McChicken, I had a McChicken. Don't judge me.
Okay, yeah.
And it wasn't hitting the same.
No, like they're cutting back on.
I don't know what they doing.
The chickens?
It wasn't hitting the same. Like,
the chickens got COVID.
I don't know what the hell they got.
Maybe the chickens got COVID, son, and they hitting you with,
Yeah, it wasn't hitting.
But you would know the recipe because you know when things change.
I remember, and I was just like, I don't know. I don't know about this.
Yeah.
So he's getting brought up on. He's getting investigated right now.
Okay.
And I just thought that was interesting.
No, that's an interesting story. But this happens all the time in corporate America, where the abuse of power comes in, and you take advantage of people, and then there are disgruntled workers who, when they realize the relationship wasn't going to work out because you was just there for whatever it is you was, and now those lawsuits come into play, and it's just embarrassing for him. Okay, so regardless of anything else, the CEO, you really should conduct yourself a certain kind of way and do your dirt elsewhere.
Yeah, you should have so many layers and filters and non-disclosures. Like
right. But you know what? You just feel a lot of these CEOs and these white CEOs feel privileged.
Yeah,
like I can do whatever I want to whoever I want. So that's how that rolls. So we're gonna see closely how that works out. Somebody said the Mandela effect.
The Me Too movement is gonna. I think the Me Too movement is gonna take a lot more people in 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think everything is just coming out this year. You know what I mean?
No, but look how they got. We haven't heard from the Me Too movement in a while.
True.
Because they covered it with COVID and George Floyd and now the election. So they constantly layer this.
They layered it because there's no other like prominent black men that need to get got.
True.
You know
right. They took down Cosby. They took down R. Kelly. Or they took themselves down. I'm not going to here to argue that. They're out of the way.
Yeah.
Dr. Dre, well, he's not getting taken down, but his wife could take him down if she wanted to.
Yeah.
She knows some things.
I'm sure she does.
She knows some things.
She's trying to get access to his financial records.
She's trying to get his business records to see what he's really worth,
Yeah.
And that's how it goes when, it don't go.
You are tuned into the sound.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, I just created some shit. Yeah.
So Yale is in the middle of a discrimination case because apparently the Department of Justice says Yale discriminates against Asian Americans and white applicants at the admissions process. Now, time out.
Let me run this through my head movies as you say that.
When you read that headline, it makes it seem like Yale has become like the newest HBCU. Like it's just black people there, Qs hopping around, the quad.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So you mean to tell me the 12 black people that are there at Yale, going to school, shouldn't be there?
Basically,
because
that's what they're saying.
Some white and Asian people were discriminated against. And for these 12 positions, that's the only thing they could be talking about. Because when I think Yale, I think white and then Asian. You know what I mean? And for them to have the audacity to say that they're being discriminated against, what are they really saying?
Well, it was a 2-year investigation conducted in a response to a complaint from, who do we guess? The Asian Coalition groups.
Okay, yeah.
And apparently, so what I'm guessing is that Yale was trying to do more to get more black and Hispanic people in the school.
Right.
So they took that as you're going
to at our expense.
Yeah.
So where did the white people come in with that?
I guess the same thing. So remember that case? The white girl. She said that. Remember, she wasn't even qualified to get in. I forgot what school it was, but she sued for discrimination as well because she's saying that those admissions tactics are illegal and things like that. So that's what's happening here.
Okay. So it's a lot of politics going on.
Yeah.
And so Asian lives matter. That's basically what they're saying.
That's what they're saying.
They're saying fly lice matters too. Fly lice, it matters. Okay. Yeah.
I see the look of disappointment on my face.
Dad, no, that one didn't work. Jeez, Dad, went too far. So anyway, what else is going on in the world?
As a result, in Chicago, as all the protests and the riots and things like that, the looting, they raised up. I read a report that they raised up the bridges so people couldn't go downtown.
Wow, is that the first time they did that?
I don't know if that's the first time they did that, but it was eerily familiar to the Dark Knight scene where they blew all the bridges.
When they blew all the bridges and kept the people isolated.
Yeah. And I think they filmed that in Chicago, I believe.
Ooh, how eerie is that? So that's going to be, but remember, they let you guys have that fun. When they say enough is enough, you're gonna start seeing National Guards blocking downtown or the places where the real money is generated, because they're getting tired of this. They're getting tired of their officers shooting people in the back. They're not tired of that because they like that. But the response to us being killed, they're getting tired of this. So now they want to raise bridges.
So what would I've always been curious. What would people want out of their leadership? Like, would they want people to protest, or would they want them to stop it? Because stopping it, say you want to feel safe, but stopping it would mean that putting the police in power to do what they're supposed to do. You get what I mean? Yeah,
that's a quagmire.
Yeah.
Wow.
Rock and a hard place, yeah.
Yeah, it's between a rock and a hard place. Ooh, between a burger and a bun. Yeah, that's a good one. But that's those are the challenges when you begin to try to politically make sense of all of this craziness. It is craziness. Jeesh. Did I tell you that my nephew Skylar Bell is choosing his college? Did I tell you that?
You did.
I did. To a Division I FBS super duper college. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna tell the people. I'm not gonna tell them. Because you think I can't hold a secret?
You can't.
I can hold a secret.
You cannot.
Hey, Derek, don't worry about it, God.
You cannot.
I got it.
I thought he was going to tell you right just now.
No, I got it.
He was going to tell you right just now.
No, I'm not.
Shoot.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So, when Trump signed his executive orders to ban TikTok, he also banned another app called WeChat.
I've never heard. Is that like a kiddie app or something?
No, it's an app. I think it's based out in China. Another one of those apps, but I think that's what they use to.
Oh, sort of like their version of TikTok.
No,
is WeChat.
No, TikTok is Chinese. That's a Chinese company.
Oh,
no.
So not we, like we, but we.
W-I.
Like W-I.
No, it's not spelled that way.
Oh, I'm just saying that's what it's a Chinese app.
No, that's funny.
That's not taking shots at Chinese people, but just saying.
So he banned that, and apparently Apple stands to lose $44 billion from the Chinese market from Trump banning that over here.
Apple don't like that. Apple don't like that.
Here's the thing: Trump is doing a lot to kind of cripple China's
stranglehold on the economy.
Factories. He's
but you can't tell that to black people.
Yeah.
Because he's the worst president ever, and all he's doing is trying to tilt jobs back this way. Which he's done more for HBCUs than any other president in the history of presidency, and among other things. But you can't say that because he's the worst. But go ahead.
Yeah. So that happened. Also, remember he also signed an executive order. This is the same executive order for the unemployment and things like that. So remember, Senate is fighting over this. Says it's illegal. He can't do that. But you would think that would light a fire under them, but it didn't. So there's no deal to be done right now.
And they going on vacation.
They're on recess right now until September.
They on recess until September. Yeah. Give me my stimmy.
Yeah.
Give me my stimmy. Give me my stimmy.
Which is wild to me because it's kind of just like, y'all gonna figure that out. I'm about to go.
And again, so you don't matter. At the end of the day, if you receive an unemployment or you qualify for a stimmy, you don't matter. When we get back, because we have hundreds of thousands of dollars in our bank account from blood sucking the people all these years, we will deal with your issues. You wait. That's all they're saying.
Also, really quick, because we're talking about just our perception on who's good and who's bad. Remember how black people felt about Trump? I mean, not Trump, Bush.
Yes.
The second Bush.
Yes.
It was his legislation that established the African American Museum in D.C.
Bush.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That was apparently a passion project of theirs.
Wow.
Right? So, again, just looking at hypocrisy.
Yeah, sure.
Looking at what we get mad at.
But I'm with Kanye.
Yeah, I don't think
Trump
so.
don't.
Yeah, I'm not caping, but I'm
Trump
saying
doesn't
like
love black people.
You said me and Bush.
Bush don't.
Yeah.
Oh, same shit.
I just thought that was interesting. I was just like, well, what
That's
the hell?
what you call a Freudian slip.
I'm just like, what the hell? Because if you go there, I've been there, you see everybody else. I didn't know they had anything to do with it.
Oh.
Brother Oba was one to actually mention something, so I had to look it up myself. Like, wait,
But what happens is with that, and you got to understand, when you do so much dirt in the world, you cover it up with good. Because you're in a position to do that, so that when your story, your final story is told, all they're going to remember is the good stuff. They ain't going to remember what happened in New Orleans during Hurricane Katrina. They ain't going to remember what happened with 9/11 when you was reading the damn book upside down, teaching the little kids words like plane, steel, you know, all of the things that became the issue, with the, you know, all the code and all of that stuff. You know,
I always wonder how a lot of these politicians kind of just live with themselves.
Yeah, I mean, because the ends justify the means for them. So once you remove that moral lens that we always look through, we're looking at an immoral world through a moral lens, trying to make sense of it.
How do you even shed that, though? You know what I'm saying? Like, something has to happen for you to even...
If you don't have a soul, it's business as usual. Bloodshed, bodies, eating babies, whatever. That's business as usual. It's those of us with a soul, you know what I'm saying, who are still connected, who can feel the pain of the earth. Us, we can feel that when you keep chopping down trees, burning down the forests, getting rid of the animals, polluting the air, polluting the water. That is a direct effect on us collectively. You know what I'm saying? I can read the newspaper and see a young man die, and I can just start bawling, crying, because I understand what that connection is all about. We still have that overall connection. They don't. Right. And that's why they continue to dominate in this realm of reality, because they're not connected to nothing. They don't care about nothing. They just here to disrupt it all.
All right.
Yeah. I said it.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
All right, we got to talk about this.
Oh, somebody said Black Dot and Busta Rhymes. Give me my stimmy. Give me my stimmy. Give me my stimmy. Busta Rhymes said, give me my stimmy. Black Dot, give me my stimmy. Yo, Busta Rhymes, give me my stimmy. Give me my stimmy. All right, go ahead. I'm done. I got 1,000 of them.
Issues be. So I saw this on Twitter. Seahawks waived their rookie, aka they cut their rookie, Kamala Harris for sneaking in a female to his hotel room, to the team hotel.
Not only did he sneak her in, he snuck her in
dressed up in Seahawks stuff,
dressed up as a male football player.
Yeah,
he's dumb. He's goofy,
and he got cut.
So everything he worked for.
The late nights, the early mornings,
sacrifices,
the dieting, all the weights, the laps, the gases, all of that, the practices.
And then you get the call, hey mom, mom, look at us, we made it. You know what I mean? We made it. And then you get up there and you can't sustain or refrain from a little bit of box for just the 6 weeks or whatever the training camp is. So the sexual lack of discipline takes down another brother. They sending him home. That's embarrassing.
That is embarrassing.
Not because, okay, D, why you got sent home? Well, I didn't make the team. It was a few guys. I got to be honest. I thought they were better than me. I got to just work hard. No. You snuck somebody in. That's like some cartoon shit.
Yeah.
You walk in backwards like you're leaving. Bye. And you know how cartoon used to be all confused? That's a cartoon move. Unless she didn't have no buns. Speaking of buns, I think that'll be the name of our podcast, buns. Because any black woman got some ass back there, I'd have been like, damn, what nigga is that? When they picked this nigga on the team? Oh, just what I thought. Yeah. It's a sister. Okay, so, I mean, come on, dude. You get what you deserve when you do that.
Yeah.
So that's shame on you.
No, for real.
You should know better. It's only 6 to 8 weeks of real hard. The fellas is in this piece right here. Let's get this together. Then you get all the box you want.
When you make the team.
And then you celebrating with your boys. You got wifey there. Let's do this. And even for her, see, this is why you got to watch who you pick as a partner. Your partner, she's supposed to go, bruh, I'm going to send you some pictures. You make sure your boys do not look at these goddamn pictures. But I cannot come up there right now because your job could be on the line.
Yeah.
So put the helmet on and the shoulder pads, and then she was probably walking in like a girl, because a full woman, and they was like, look at this here. Like, you think we don't see this on camera? And they sent his ass home.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
That's embarrassing.
Speaking of women in the hotel, Stephen A. Smith, and this was, I said this too, Stephen A. Smith was advocating for conjugal visits in the bubble.
There's a lot of testosterone in that bubble.
I said that.
Now.
I was like,
somebody gonna explode.
I said, yo, it's either,
and they're not prisoners.
Right.
They're in the bubble for protection. But somebody in there gonna explode.
I said that. I was like, this is a lot. This
is a lot, man.
As soon as I saw Giannis headbutt dude, I said, all right.
Yeah, Giannis headbutt him because he want to be with his baby and his wife and chill. And he's like, I'm frustrated. You know what I'm saying? And other dudes, Damian Lillard and all these dudes
talking
beefing,
spicy,
talking spicy, like, yo, it is what it is.
What's the name telling him my room is
437, whatever. Come see me. Yeah, they need to let them get off a little bit.
Yeah, and they're not used to that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So now they're in a bubble with too much testosterone.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be the survival of the fittest.
It's like dice games happening with real money.
Real money. And then for those who are on the other side, they're having a great time.
Yeah.
If you are happy.
Yeah.
If you're happy, you are having a great time.
Somebody said Dwight Howard enjoying.
Yeah, you are like a kid in the candy store. Woo! All these men's. Oh my God. Yeah, so they're having a great time. The ones who rock on the happy side of things.
Oh, that's funny.
They're having a great time. No, we just in here, going over strategy. But y'all niggas ain't on the same team. No, because the game. We both love the game. Mm-hmm. I bet you do love the game.
I ain't on your team.
I ain't on your team.
You are tuned into the sounds of
let's get some questions ready.
Let's get some questions in here, man.
Yeah, let's have a little fun with that.
So you remember Michael Cohen, Trump's lawyer?
Trump's lawyer.
Apparently,
didn't he go to jail, or he was going to jail?
He was in jail, and Trump got him out. Apparently, he's writing a tell-all book about Trump.
Whoa.
That's not the most disloyal.
Yeah, see.
Disloyal.
Gotta be careful who you help. Gotta be careful who you help.
Jeez.
Sheik David said too many balls bouncing. Exactly.
That's funny.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's writing tell-all. Apparently, he said something about strippers, golden showers.
What do we think about? I'm sorry.
Tax evasion. Big guy.
What do you guys think about the Susu money flower? It's been going around. This new Susu where you be earth, fire, then water and air, and you get moved up, and you give people money, then they give you money, and so it's for some people it's been working.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying? I don't trust niggas, so
I was a part of one Susu in my life. I got my money.
Yeah,
I got my money. But yeah,
I always want to be first.
I was last.
Yeah, see.
No,
I want to be first.
No, I was last because I was going on vacation at that time. So it just worked. Yeah,
it worked. Me, I'm like, let's start a Susu.
No, because
I'll take all the money first.
No, because I don't want to go first because I'm gonna get my money and then not feel the need to keep paying it in.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, but I've been hearing good things about that particular Susu. All honesty, I haven't heard anything bad about it yet. So if the opportunity's there, because sometimes you need to get your money in a nice little bump so that you can activate a small business or some ideas you have. So if it works for you, it works for you. Absolutely.
Do you know Oprah Winfrey and Angela Bassett and Black Thought? No, Oprah Winfrey, Angela Bassett, Black Thought, and Felicia Rashad are all cast in HBO's adaptation of Ta-Nehisi Coates' Between the World and Me.
Oh, that was a very good book.
I definitely enjoyed that book.
Very good book.
Enjoyed that book.
Yeah. So it's a movie now.
Yes.
Was it on Netflix?
Well, it's gonna be a series or a special. It's gonna be on HBO.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. That's Felicia Rashad.
Yep.
That was my first crush, man.
Oh, was it?
Miss Cosby was my crush, man. She was classy lady. I think I saw her one day too. I was driving in my car into Jersey, or at least I wanted to see her. I thought it was her.
Yeah.
I pursued her car for 9 blocks.
She was making quick turns, calling people.
I was like, "That's Miss Cosby."
That's funny.
Yeah, like, come get this guy.
Unknown Raider guy says, I believe Biden is going to win because the recession is going to get worse and the Republicans don't want the recession blamed on them and they want it to get blamed on Biden. Interesting.
Well, it's chess in the long scheme of things, but you know what Biden's going to say?
I had to clean up with Trump.
I had to clean up with Trump left.
Yeah.
I didn't start the recession.
Yeah.
We just happened to be in it during my time. So, you know, it's all politics, but your life doesn't change one bit. So, you know, Felicia Rashad, strong, beautiful essence. Absolutely. Even today when I see her, she's beautiful. And she's up there in a little bit, you know.
Somebody said, Dad, when will you start rescheduling consultations?
My schedule is up. Go to urbanx.nyc and look on my schedule. I only do these consultations on Wednesdays because obviously Monday I do this, Tuesday I do Eli's show, Wednesday I'm doing the Hulk, Thursday we do this, Friday I need to chill a little bit.
Something.
You know what I'm saying? Bust my wife's back out of something, shit, you know. Okay, that was too much. That was really too much because I'm not busting shit out. I bust shit out in my mind. I be like, hey, girl, you remember, hey, how it used to be. When I used to do that thing, now I just want a sandwich. We can talk. Shit. Yeah, so that's what that is.
So that was.
What do you guys think about 6ix9ine will make it to the end of 2020?
He was in, I think he was in Cali and they chased him.
Yeah, he's gonna keep trying his luck a little bit too much.
Yeah.
And as a result of that, he's going to suffer some consequences. Mm-hmm. I see Choke No Joke, shout out Choke. Mm-hmm. He gave a Tekashi 6ix9ine challenge. And the challenge is for him to stand on 125th Street with no security, 125th and Madison, and walk by himself to 125th and St. Nicholas.
Oh, no.
And live the whole time and see if he makes it. So that's the Choke No Joke Tekashi 6ix9ine challenge.
Oh no, that's not happening.
Let's get these likes up. Sure, we only got 600 likes in there and 1,500 people. You guys really are stingy with them. It's like it takes a lot to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And hit the like button. Like, jeez, just reach over and hit the damn like button.
Somebody said, what's in store for September? I'm turning 27.
September 27. That's a good age.
Turning 27.
That's wisdom, God, all being born to born. You know,
that's mathematics.
Supreme mathematics, Lord. You know what I'm saying? That's a good age. But before that happens, before that happens, the world ends August 27th. Pack your bags, get ready for the journey. I told those creditors I don't feel comfortable paying you until after then. So we'll see how that works out. Shout out to Sean Knight. Thank you for the support. Appreciate you.
Somebody said, did you hear NASA sent a laser beam to the moon? Apparently they received a signal back. I didn't hear that.
They sent the laser beam like in Close Encounters of the Third Kind, like bing, 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 bing. Is it like that, or they sent like
aliens is playing Simon with them?
Yeah.
Yusuf Hawkins, who's that?
Yusuf Hawkins. He died in New York City. He got chased in Howard Beach. If memory serves me correct, that was one of those cases, and I think this week is either his birthday or the anniversary of them chasing. I believe that's who Yusuf Hawkins is. Don't quote me, because that happened a very long time ago. If it's the one, they chased him. Yep. Across Howard Beach, which was very racist in Bensonhurst at the time, and yeah. So I guess they're doing a documentary on it. I'd love to see it. Did you hear Africa is splitting because of a new ocean? No.
Oh,
did not hear that, but would not be surprised. How did the oceans we have get here, or how did land masses split the way they are? Because it ain't a perfect split. You know, if you put it all together, it kind of looks like it fits.
Well, like, what are they saying, like, the timeline for that to happen is? Because usually it takes hundreds of years for some movement of those plates.
Yeah. When is Dot going to lower the price of his latest book? It's $10. Urban Culture Decoded is $10. That's my latest book.
Yeah.
I anything less than that, dude.
Yeah,
I can just mail it to you.
Yeah, what the hell?
So I don't know if that's what you mean. Like hip hop decoded, I don't have any of those, and people have them on eBay selling them for whatever they want. But no, I can't let it go for any less than 10. It's 20 if you go to Amazon. The book is 20, but I'm doing them here at $10. I'm actually trying to undercut Malcolm because his books be selling. I'd be like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, take my book for 10. Fuck his book. It's 20. It's a good book. But, you know, people be calling, it's a good book, but
it's cool.
It's cool and all,
That's
but
funny.
I think I'd take, you know, my book for 10, you know. Yeah.
Somebody said, NMS said, love y'all, but fundamentally it's hard to like something before you know if you like it. Thumb y'all up anyway.
Oh, okay. Okay, so, okay, all right. I'm not going to argue with that. If you love us and you know every week we deliver, when you come in, you should just bang that. Rarely are we going to disappoint. I'm not saying you have to agree with everything we do and everything we say. This show is not about that. This show is about us getting together, tossing some topics around, having a laugh, having a cry, having a joke, whatever we can do for this little bit of time that we're together. So if this is your first time here, I respect that. You can watch the show all the way to the end. Tell you what, the outro music is just as dope as the intro music.
It is.
So you get to the outro music and you like it, then you just hit that like button.
It's true.
That's dope. But if you've been here and you've been coming here and you've been rocking with us, just hit the like button. Thank you.
King J, do I think that guy will open up his school for black boys? No, I do not.
Oh, you man? Nah.
We were supposed to be out there.
We supposed to be out there this month.
Yeah.
We said 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was about 2 years ago.
No, it was last year.
Last year. I said, listen, if that school opens, we are going out there with book bags, pencils, everything, and eat our words and be on that line and give each kid a book bag.
And high fives.
And I knew that wasn't going to happen, my nigga. I knew that shit wasn't happening there. I put that out there knowing that shit wasn't happening. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, please. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, no disrespect. Just saying. Yeah. You know, I'll eat everything on this table. I'll eat that Snicker if that school open. And if the school open, you got to eat that Snicker.
Raheem Blake, he said the outro remind him of the Boondocks. So the guy who produced the outro is also the guy who produced the intro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
We keep it consistent.
We're going to try to get him on your album coming soon, too.
Oh, yeah. He better send me some heat.
He got to.
Because my new album comes out in 2021.
Yes.
Because I drop a book every 10 years.
Yeah.
I dropped my own solo album in 2011.
Yes.
So it's only right, 2021,
yeah.
that pops. That's how my art runs, okay? And it's going to be one of them albums that the kids are going to, you know, curate, narrate, A&R, and make it happen. So I need Malcolm to go get some heat, and, you know.
Listen, and we're having this conversation right here. I want to hear consciousness, but I want to hear ratchet with the consciousness.
A little bit of ratchet.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying?
Not just straight. Like, damn, you beat me in the head on
like, I get
positivity.
It.
God damn.
I get it.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Cy Rock, who has a new album coming out called The Sharecropper's Daughter.
Yes.
I believe it comes out in October. And Cy Rock is one of those special artists. And, you know, produced by Soul Messiah. So, you know, that's going to be a heat rock. And I'm going to throw it out there again. I don't know if y'all listening. We need that Super Hey Rule God Hop album. So we need Nairobi Selah. We need Cy Rock. We need Star. We need Ty Phoenix. We need Red Pill, Blue Pill, Black Dot. We need Griff. We need Cam Bada. We need the Ghetto Shaman. We need my brother Dice. We all need to come together. And because I just want to get on one or two songs. Let the young gunners do all the heavy lifting. Just, you know, get and put out a visual and artistic album that'll shut everybody up, because we got MCs that could go. You know what I mean? We got elders like Griff and myself who hold down the back end. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them dudes. I get in the game late. You know, you don't. You know, me and Kobe got a lot in common. You know, not athletically.
Yeah,
but,
I was about to say.
Well, no. But he ain't never seen a shot he don't like.
Right.
I ain't never seen a shot I don't like.
Gotcha.
In my head movies, it goes like this. Bam, bam, through the leg, shake and bake. Oh, Dot hit him with the fade. Cash. Now, look, youngster, let that be a lesson to you. If you reach, I teach. But in reality, Yo, who put this old nigga down? Yo, pass. Clunk. Yo, who put this old nigga down? Come on, son. Who picked him? You know, so, but I'm still, you know, ready whenever the moment calls.
Somebody asks, what do you think about Tory Lanez new album? It's a debate over here. He put out a new album, or are you talking about the ones with all the samples?
Right, that's the last one I heard. Unless he has some new heat coming out that I rely on Odyssey and Eli to tell me about that generation, and you know, to keep me abreast.
Also, thank you, Sean Knight, for the donation. Appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
Somebody said, yo, Dad, found a DVD of Hip Hop Decoded, book versus DVD. Ooh.
Obviously, the book is going to give you so much more.
Even though the DVD was like 7 hours.
DVD was 7 hours, and I never even got to my notes. Ronald Wallace, thank you so much. Michael Reed, thank you so much. So, and Panic recently put up a DVD with me and Roswell. Well, I introduced Roswell. Roswell is doing a DVD. It's called Marijuana, the Gateway Drug. And it just brought back, it's nostalgic. We did it in like the January of 2005. And it was crazy to see us go back that far. And, you know, we was introducing Roswell to our community, and Roswell bust that one open. So that's up. So I definitely would say the book, because you were able to get so much more. But the DVD was important, because that's how Griff and among other people found out who I was.
Got you.
So dope.
Jay Morrison. I said Toni Morrison. Yo, so apparently I've been doing a little bit of research on the Jay Morrison thing. Apparently what he's doing is not technically illegal. It's just unethical.
Unethical to the people who donated to him?
Yes.
Oh, see, so, I don't know about him, and you know, I don't really want to, you know, but because he looked like he could fight, so I don't want.
No, you don't.
I don't want to get into any beef. The way I fight now is just different. You know, I just be talking to you. It'd be a regular conversation. I just go clock you in your head. You know, shit. I ain't got time to be squaring up and giving the fair one and shit. I ain't got time for that shit. I ease up on you and ask you how your family's doing. The same way Mom do it. And next thing you know, you walking away with a fat eye.
Young Dolph. I listened to a couple of his songs. I actually like him. He's actually pretty good.
Who?
Young Dolph.
Okay. Sarah Hardman, thank you so much. Like I said, I was listening to somebody named Jack Harlow until I found out he was white.
Now you don't like him?
Now I don't like. I don't even like his name. Jack. I should have figured that out from there. Jack. But the beat was banging. Wifey, if I catch you bouncing to that song again, it's gonna be a problem.
And guys, with that being said,
hey, I think it's time for us to get out of here. It's time for us 2 hours.
Yeah, we gave it to y'all tonight, man.
We gave it to y'all tonight.
So with that being said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to visit urbanx.nyc and subscribe to the blog. If you want a consultation with either Black Dot or Malcolm, our schedule is on the site. Also, don't forget to visit shopurbanx.com.
Yeah, we got this merch.
We still got this merch. You know what I'm saying?
We can hit y'all with a sale. That's what it is.
That's the problem.
We get it. You black people like sales.
That's the problem.
We can hit y'all with a sale, baby. Okay. And we coming with that heat.
Okay. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Urban Extras channel.
Yes, please just go over there. If you look to your right, it's right there. Just reach over. I don't really know if I like it. Just hit it.
Yeah.
Hit it for us, because we're trying to transition that channel for other things that we do, because we do a lot.
And M Sway tried to be funny. He said, pay your AC bill next time. AC be on, but not during the show, because you will hear it, because our mics are so good.
You know what? Show him. Turn it on right now, since he wants to be funny. We're going to show you what the show sounds like. Yeah, because we have one on just so we don't die. Yeah. And the one right where we are.
You hear it?
Ah, there it is. This is what it sounds like when doves fly.
Sounds like a lot of air in the room, doesn't it?
So we don't want to. We want to have a quality show.
Yeah.
Because if not, we can have that AC running all day and just make this some crappy shit, you know. So now you can turn it off now. So now
we about to get off.
Oh, so I want them to hear the difference in the sound. Okay. The optics.
Oh, I guess. All right.
Yeah. See? Yeah, see? So we have a system in place here. All right?
And we don't got to prove nothing to you.
No, but you know how it is. So
yeah, all right. Well, with that being said, thank you guys for joining us for another week.
And for those who haven't hit the like button yet, when we drop this intro, baby,
we appreciate you guys.
You're going to hit that like button.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Peace.